Hey everyone, thanks for choosing to listen to another Growth Winners podcast episode. I'm your host Dennis, and I'm going to do this episode a little bit different. I'm just going to roll with it. Normally I chop it up into bits and pieces, pick all the good stuff out, and edit all the times I mess up, but I'm going to try to roll right through this one just to make it a little more interesting, a little more fun. Got a great topic, and I'm not going to give away too much because this title of this episode is more like a question or like a curiosity hook. If you want to change your life, you got to change this first. And this thing that I'm talking about, it's controlling your life. It's controlling my life. It's controlling everybody's lives. And it's up to us to make the change because, again, it's literally, if you don't change it, nothing's going to change. That's just the bottom line. So it's really important to make sure we understand the impact of what I'm about to talk about today, and hopefully it makes a big difference in your life. But first, I want to talk about the mantra. We're going to hit that real quick. By the way, this past weekend, we were on our way to Philly, my wife and I, and we were listening to the podcast. I was showing her, a couple of the episodes, and when in the first episode, it was like I didn't know if it was mantra or mantra. It was funny because we were talking, and she's like, it's mantra, right? So then she Googled it and played that little microphone thing on Google where it tells you how the word sounds, and it said mantra, and I just gave her that look like, sorry, Dennis. But anyways, let's hit the mantra. But by the way, tomato, maybe it is mantra. I don't know. Maybe it's just how you say it. But either way, mantra still. I don't know how many episodes in, and I still don't know what it's called. I'm going to give it my own damn name then. Anyways, mantra for now. Repeat after me. I am confident. I am valuable. I am a growth winner. So I'm going to actually start with my main point. And I've said this. I know I've said this in previous episodes because it's super important, and I say it all the time in my own life. I remind myself this all the time, is nothing changes if nothing changes. And I know when I've said it in the past, I haven't really explained it too well, but you got to break that down because to me, it took a little bit to really, really understand what it means. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So for example, if you don't do anything about something, then nothing will change. It's kind of like that one law, Newton's law, whatever scientist law, like everything in motion stays in motion unless hit by an opposite force or whatever. It's like your life is going to cruise in the same direction, in the same speed, in the same movement, unless you hit it with an opposite force. And what that opposite force is what I want to talk about today, which if you want to change in your life, if you want to change in anything, by the way, I'm practicing this myself. It's not like I'm sitting here talking like I'm some doctor that, knows everything and some know-it-all. This is just what I've learned and I'm applying to my life. It's making a huge difference, and that's what I want to share with you. If you want a big change in your life, you have to change this first. This comes first. And what this is your environment. Let me explain how your environment is impacting you. So first off, I'll say about your environment is I'd say probably 92% of your environment influence is happening without you even knowing it. I promise. Because if you think about it, we're surrounded, not just your friends, not just your family, your mom, all the stuff I've talked about before. I'm going to like literally every time that the clock is ticking, every second, you're surrounded by negative bullshit. Like you get on your phone. I'm just going to try to do this while I'm talking. Hopefully this works. I pull up Facebook, and what I'm getting at is I'm going to try to see if I can find like a negative post within the first couple scrolls. Well, here we go. All right, so I'm not going to read it too much because maybe it's a little bit personal, but Baltimore Sun, somebody says, "What in the hell?" Another person says, "What the actual?" And they're sharing something about some girl, teens plotted to execute kill list of relatives. Regardless, whatever the hell the article's about, I'm not going to click it, but there's a negative post that people are sharing, word vomit, talking about negative shit, right? So I'm scrolling some more. I can tell you already, I can give you a little hint on why it's so hard for me to find it, is because I'm affiliating a little secret. My Facebook wall, I block people that post negative shit. If I don't like it, I have the choice. I'm gonna clean out my feed, and I would highly recommend that you do too. So here we go. Protesters outside of Chick-fil-A in Toronto. There's another post. You get the point. go on your news feed, scroll, and just understand how much negative stuff is that you're scrolling right past, and you don't even really stop to look at it and really calculate and understand how much you're surrounded. Go to the media. The media is spoon-feeding you with political bullshit, with getting you to feel opinionated about products, about services, about, the advertisements that we see. We think that they're just advertisements, but instead it's actually subconsciously influencing you. Again, to the previous episode, I talked about comparison. Like when you see that, I just saw it last night, just out of the blue, is it was Aqua Gio, whatever, cologne. And I caught myself doing this, right? Like the dude was ripped. He perfect body, whatever. And I literally thought to myself, like, because I'm into marketing, so I look at it and I'm like, this advertisement is getting you to like and feel attracted / wanting to be this product, but really what it is, it's a cologne. So it's like if you buy this cologne, you're subconsciously relating to that body, to that perfect male figure, right? And so for a guy, it's like, oh, I need to buy that because that's what that connection is to. So you make these connections in your brain based on past experiences for ourselves, and then what we see in present time, that's how we apply it to our lives. So like your friends and your parents and everything involved, your relationships and everything, if you want to change, all right, you have to change the environment. If you were stuck at a job, okay, I know the last job I had, I think, was in Baltimore doing vending. If I would have never had like an inner purpose of being an entrepreneur, I'd probably still be there today. It was decent money. I liked what I did. It was fun, but I had different plans, so I changed it and I quit. I didn't quit, but I technically did. I gave 2 weeks and I moved on to something else, and I changed my environment. I don't want to go too deep into my past, but in high school, you're young and dumb. I was in a poor relationship and I changed, and here I am today, with my wife for 6 years maybe by now, I forget. So you change your environment. I love my friends, but there's some of my friends that they don't think like me, so I separate that environment. I don't kick my old friends out. I've got a ton of friends that I still know and stay in touch with, but I've also met new friends and have a different environment that applies to my life today, right? Like, I don't want to say it's an alter ego type of thing, but I control my environment based on who I'm around, what I want, and while still maintaining and protecting my true environment, right? Like I understand that the negative media can impact me because I don't allow it. I understand that if my friends don't think like me on, entrepreneurship and mindset and habits, I'm not going to spoon feed my, beliefs to them. Likewise, I wouldn't want them to do it to me. So it's like I protect who I am, and I hold on to that while still allowing the positives in. So it's like a filtering process, right? Like hopefully that makes sense, that you allow more and more and more and an abundant amount of good in, while still filtering out the, I wouldn't say bad, but filtering out the parts of your life that don't serve you anymore, right? Past relationships, past friends, old jobs. And here's another one with like your neighborhood and college. So for college, I went to college for like, I don't know, maybe a semester and a half or something, and it just wasn't for me, whatever. But I know so many people that go to college, and I see their photos online, and they're partying, they're having a great time, but they're not really moving, right? Like, what are they moving towards? And you're right, it's not for me to judge, and that's totally on them, but when you're in college, like, what are you doing, right? Like, what is your environment around? You're drinking, you're partying, you're living, I guess, part-time, living on campus, getting a part-time job, and you're honestly just not controlling your environment. You're letting the environment, the college life, you're missing out on the good times in college because you're not there getting drunk every damn weekend, whatever, like, that's totally cool. But if you want to make a change and you want better, you have to change the environment first. Anyways, moving on. Good is the enemy of great. I actually want to make a separate episode on this because it really impacts me a lot, that if you set your standards at whatever it is, it's whatever you tolerate, right? Good is the enemy of great, and I want you to do this. I have a different episode challenge for you that's not going to be what I'm about to say, but here's a little off-the-wall challenge, is catch yourself the next time somebody says how you doing, and I promise you like 80% of you right now are going to say good. Hey, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? It's so fundamentally burnt in our brains as humans to just say good. where I want you to do like a pattern shift. Next time somebody says, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day?" I want you to use crazy words like awesome, phenomenal, fantastic, amazing. Use words like that and start telling yourself, because that's what's going to give you an awesome, fantastic, phenomenal day in life. So anyways, real small tactic. I love it. I use it all the time. But anyways, yeah, good is the enemy of great. So if you have a good relationship, you're missing out on a great relationship. If you have a good job, you're missing out on a great job. And it's very difficult to really understand the opportunities in front of us when we're comfortable and we're content, okay? And the thing is we have to create the environment because it's what we tolerate. So going back to environment, what we allow in is what creates the environment. If we are scrolling mindlessly on Facebook, looking at and consuming the poor media, the stuff that's keeping us just brainwashed, then that's going to be the environment that you get. That's what you're going to be consumed of, and that's what your environment. If you're getting drunk with buddies on the weekend, every single weekend, and you're not progressing or building better mindset and habits, that is the results that you get. So it's all about what you tolerate, right? Like if you tolerate poor behavior, if you tolerate, disrespect in a relationship, you tolerate your kids walking all over you tolerate other people, taking advantage of you. You have to take accountability because it's your damn environment. Like that's what I want to shift for you today. I know I kind of rambled a little bit, and I'm going to try to wrap this up because I don't want this to be too long of an episode. But I want you to understand that if you take accountability for your environment, you start to control it. You control what comes in. Okay, you can't. If somebody's not good for you in your life, you have freedom to kick them out, just like your damn Facebook wall. Like my motherfucking Facebook wall, all the times that I saw people talking stupid shit that I just A, didn't agree with, or B, just thought was fucking dumb, I either blocked them or unfollowed them. It's my wall. I want to see good shit on Facebook, right? So take that into your life. Somebody's talking shit, somebody's saying, bad stuff or just stuff you don't agree with. Stop getting in stupid debates. I used to get in debates all the time about sports and other shit that just didn't matter, and you catch yourself wasting hours of negative energy and getting fired up over stupid shit. Politics is another one. I kind of, other than when it comes to, what's impacting our business, I don't pay attention to politics, right? Like, I'm not a politician, so I'm not going to spend hours and hours wasting my time listening to shit that I know nothing about. I'm not formally educated on it. You know what I mean? Like, take that logic, sorry to be so blunt, but take that logic and apply it to pretty much everything in your life, right? Like, fuck what other people think. Fuck what people are saying no. People are saying, whatever. People are making fun of you, pointing out your flaws. You have limiting beliefs. You tell your own mind to fuck off, right? Like control your environment, because the minute you start to control your environment, everything else is within hand's reach now. It's attainable, right? Like when other people are controlling your environment, you lose self-confidence. You have limiting beliefs because you're listening to them and not yourself. But when you start to control the environment, now the ball's in your court and you can make literally fucking anything happen. Like limitless. That's the thing. Limitless. When you're in control, you're the fucking president, right? You're the CEO. You're the king of your own world. Like, hopefully you're connecting that right now. Like, you are in control of your environment. Love it. Like, I love that topic because for me, it's like I allowed so much shit in, right? Like, for my own environment, it's like I allowed others to control me. I allowed where I live to control me. I allowed what I drive to control me. I allowed, my past experience. Like, I used to not take so much accountability for the actions. Like, for example, if something happened in our business where, like, I don't know, something happened where it wasn't a positive situation, I would constantly blame and look for excuses because, that's what was fitting in my environment. But the minute I didn't tolerate that and I didn't tolerate excuses for myself and for others around me, you start to generate solutions pretty damn quick because that's the new environment, right? That's the shift I went from. I went from blame and lack of accountability to taking full responsibility for the shit going on in my life, and you start to take accountability for it. Now you're in control. You're in the driver's seat, and you get to choose where you go next. So just a little rant, tangent about controlling your environment. If you want a big change in your life, promise you, focus on the environment, and that's what's going to get you there. So on to the episode challenge. Hope that helped you a lot. episode challenge today is to let 3 people in your life know how much they've impacted you. I'm not saying text them and say thank you. I want them to understand, literally without them, you would have been a different person. Without them, like find those 3 people. Normally for me, it's like 5. I like to tell 5 people occasionally, but just stick with 3 to get started. That way you can actually take action on it. But let 3 people know literally how they've impacted your life. Okay, hey, man, I just want to let you know without you, I wouldn't have blank. I really, really thank you and appreciate you. You really have completely changed my life. Let them know, because for me, it's very easy to forget about who's been by your side, even in the toughest times. Like, I know so many people that support me that I don't take for granted, but I forget to let them know how much I appreciate them. So just never forget that. When you do have your environment and you're going to listen to this episode and hopefully filter out some negative shit, don't forget about the good in there too, right? Like, don't forget about the people that have been there for you. So that's my challenge to you. Let 3 people in your life know how much they've impacted you this far. Show them some love, and if you want to show me some love, hit subscribe if you're on YouTube watching this on the video. If you're on the audio, please, would love, really appreciate if you hit subscribe or share it or whatever. Share this out to the world, and then, because check this out, you could share this right now to your Instagram, to Facebook, to where the hell ever, and someone could change their environment. Like, how cool would that be? How cool would that be? Like, this is just me filming in my kids' playroom, and so it's just me one-on-one with the camera right now, but this is going to publish. You're going to be listening to it, which is right now. And then you go share it, someone else listens to it, and because you shared it and they listened to it, you now are responsible for making a change, right? Like, you are part of this as well. Why not share this out and help other people, and we can all help and grow together. So with that being said, let's hit the mantra, and then I'm going to hop off here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Repeat after me. I am confident. I am valuable. I am a growth winner. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening.